What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the basement. It's me and Ramon, and we got a few things to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Got our first look at Christian Bale as Gorr The God Butcher. We got the She-Hulk CGI to talk about, and some Namor origin rumors.
Yes.
First of all, I did not actually finish reading the whole Thor story, the Unworthy Thor and the God Butcher stuff, but you did.
Yes.
Did you like that story?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I think him feeling he wasn't worthy was kind of like a weird, cheap, bitchy cop-out. But overall, the story itself was good. And then introducing Gorr and his badass self was...
Gorr was an awesome villain.
Yes.
I remember that much.
Yes.
Gorr was really friggin' cool. And, like, he wiped the floor with Thor.
Oh, yeah.
Several times. Not only did he beat the shit out of him in whatever it was, like 900 AD or something, when he was hanging around the Vikings and he had just the axe. Was that Bjorn? That
yes.
was, yeah, okay. That wasn't Stormbreaker. Yeah, no, that was better way built. Now I'm confusing MCU and Marvel Comics.
That happens.
Oh, man, it's terrible.
It's aggravating.
Especially when they try to, like, bring the MCU into the comics, and then it's just all twisty around. Right. So he beats the shit out of him then, and Thor barely escapes with his life. Gorr had to retreat, but then he beats the shit out of the three of them. Past Thor, present Thor, and All-Father Thor. Mm-hmm. Like, the dude's no joke.
No joke at all.
And it took, from what I recall, obviously present-day Thor, with two Mjolnirs, the future one and his, and the Necro Sword as well, and the power of the All-Black.
Sexy sword.
Really is. Somebody's got to make that.
Somebody has to.
I need that in my life. And it looks like he's got it, because it looks like he was, like, growing that sword out of the ground and shit.
So I'm hoping it does more than just look basic swordish.
Right.
So
I want it to have, like, some superpowers and stuff.
How do you feel about him not looking alien?
I thought I was going to be upset about that. And the reason I thought I was going to be upset about it is because the toy looks like shit. Yeah. The toy really does, like, it does no justice to what we saw in the commercial, in the trailer. I don't know if it's like the CGI or whatever, and hey, great. Like, whatever they're doing with him, he seems to, like, suck the color out of everywhere that he is. Like, it's made black and white and grays when he's around. And then he's fighting Valkyrie, and the only, like, color in the scene is when she's got Zeus's lightning bolt. I don't know what his power is going to be, but to long story short, to answer your question, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people griping about him not having a nose and him not having the tentacles and shit. And, like, okay, did you want him looking like Voldemort? Like, that's... Like,
I would have liked a little bit more alien, but it doesn't exactly have to be 100% the comic.
Right, I'm okay with it.
So
I don't even mind, like, there's no head tentacles where you kind of look like that Dragon Ball Z character. I don't know all of their names, but, he's got the things...
Yeah, I lost track. I saw it too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, Japanese anime tentacles and stuff.
And here's the reverse, because I know when he did Batman, you didn't care for his voice.
Fair.
I don't care for this voice.
Really?
I wanted something more badass, and he just is like an upset monk. He sounds like an upset monk. All gods must die. He's very basic, that voice. And I'm like,
I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because I was talking to somebody else about this, and my friend Mike was like, I thought you didn't like Christian Bale. I said, no, I don't disparage Christian Bale as an actor at all. The guy he's one of them, like, Daniel Day-Lewis kind of guys that just throws himself into a role. Which you've seen with
versus Ferrari?
You know what, I didn't watch that yet. But I mean, I saw The Machinist. He was like this big for that. Like, he's one of them crazy good actors, like a method actor, I think they call it, or whatever. That's like in character on set when he's even not on film yet, or whatever.
Scary.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I like that dedication.
Yeah.
I will never disparage Christian Bale as an actor. I did not like his Batman voice. I felt that was over the top and it was corny. But that's not saying that I don't like him as an actor or even as a human being. It's just the voice could have been better. But now I'm going to listen to it again. I don't remember quite how he said. I just remember he was like, all gods must die.
Now, mind you, it's still snippets. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to bash shit like some people are or be hypercritical. I'm like, if I was to say something about him, maybe like the voice. I wanted something deeper and menacing.
I would have liked more, like, black in his outfit. But again, the CGI may not be, they may not be showing us all the CGI yet. We could see. We don't know if they're going to do a lot of the black because of. We don't know whether they're going to go with the symbiote route and everything. So who knows?
Trailers are kind of.
They're purposefully misleading with Marvel. They purposefully exclude shit. We saw that with Thor's eye, in Ragnarok.
It almost comes off like the early teaser and stuff, very comedy-ish. But if you have gore, ain't no way this is a comedy. Obviously, they'll have some lighthearted moments.
And I think we talked about that the last time we got together. With this movie is going to get real dark real fast. Yeah. So I think the first trailer was just like it was like a red herring. Just like, here's all the lighthearted, funny, happy moments, and damn it, that's it. Because here's what I think was going to happen. Like, if just from looking at the trailer, I think Thor is going to try to get to Olympus and warn everyone. And then there's a scene where something's like flying in, and I think that's going to be Gorr. Like, there's just like a light coming in or whatever.
That'd be awesome.
I think he's just going to murder everyone in Olympus.
I'd be alright with that.
Yep.
And then from there, Thor goes on that whole armor outfit.
I love that outfit. I love it. It's like Walt Simonson's run.
It is. And I think Buscema drew it. Anyways.
What? You don't like it?
It's very colorful.
I know, but
it's just a lot. And I'm alright with the. Yeah.
You're in black, I'm in bright ass orange. So clearly we have a difference of opinion there.
A lot. And I'm digging current Thor's look. With a big rune and just very simple.
I like the leathery outfit, like the Viking-ish outfit too and shit.
So seeing all this is like, that's a lot. But what's his name? Ty, whatever his name is.
Taika Waititi?
Yeah. He does that. He went all Kirby the last one. With the guards dressed as Celestials and all those colors. I'm like, all right, I trust him,
There was that other scene too with Jane, and there's like all of the faces and shit in the background. You see that? It was like the Living Tribunal, there was Mistress Death, there was, I think, the Watcher.
Infinity, and then I think Eon or...
I'm really looking forward to this movie. Let me ask you this. I think it would be a cop-out if everybody lived.
I agree. I think somebody needs to die.
I think so too. And a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Thor. I don't think they're going to kill Hemsworth. I'm going to go say that right now. I think, as like the face of the Thor franchise, I think it would be really asinine to get rid of him now in favor of Jane.
You think so?
I do.
All right. Then I hate to use this word, but there's a whole woke aspect of it. Like,
no, I understand
we have this female, and she's strong. She kicks ass. She uses a hammer in a very different way. And it's like, ooh. And then we have also Valkyrie, a strong female character.
I'm worried about Valkyrie. I am.
But all right.
I would really like to see her continue, though. I like Valkyrie, and I like Tessa Thompson. I think she's great.
So if you're Disney, you kill the white guy, the female, or the black female.
So you definitely don't kill the black female. Unless... So, here's the thing. If you're gonna kill the female of color, you have to kill the white guy. That's almost... you need to counter that balance, right? I think, like you said, there is that aspect of the MCU now that is adding more women into it, powerful characters and stuff. I think what they're going to do is introduce Jane as this very powerful Thor character. But if you look at her hammer, there's a scene where they're fighting, I think, on Olympus. There's some creatures coming or whatever, and she like throws. It looks like the hammer shatters.
It does.
And then comes back.
Yeah.
I don't think that is something that can last. Okay, so either they're going to reforge Mjolnir completely here, or I think, especially if they go like the cancer story route, which I know that I've heard that there are aspects of it. I don't know if it's a direct thing or whatever, but I think she dies saving Thor. Because isn't it kind of always the way, like the melodramatic hero dies saving the woman he loves and things like that? It's kind of old hat.
Yes, very much so.
But how kind of awesome would it be, and that would say a lot about the character, as a strong female character, if she died saving the man she loves, not for nothing.
Does she love him?
I think you're gonna see it towards the end.
So,
like she's being mad sarcastic with him in the beginning and shit. But like you say, like there's like a little pinky thing and whatnot. So like I think she does, and I think like I think they're all going to get their ass kicked by Gorr. And I think it's going to come down to her sacrifice. Because I don't think the broken hammer, and I don't think that her having cancer, I don't remember how they cured her. Is she still alive in the moment?
Yeah, she is. She's actually Valkyrie now.
Okay.
And she has a different enchanted weapon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't kept up in a long time. I don't... I mean, if they keep her, but I don't know if Natalie Portman's going to want to even continue, you know?
No, she's very picky about her roles, and she's very serious about her family.
So it's like, you know, the MCU is very demanding with their schedule. So I don't know if this is something that she would want to do as an actress.
Yeah.
And that was for you. That's why I think she'd be the one to sacrifice herself. Even if she's the one to kill Gorr. You know, in some sort of self-sacrificing moment or something.
Yeah, I see that.
But I don't see Hemsworth leaving the role, leaving the MCU, and leaving that stellar paycheck.
I would like, and we haven't seen her in a while, Sif, tonight. Mind you, I love her.
I know, Jamie Alexander was great, and she's a great character in that. And it's, I mean, I don't know, man, they killed the entire Warriors 3, which, like, hurt me.
It did, yeah.
They died epically, but still.
Did Heimdall die on the ship with the Thanos battle?
Heimdall got killed, yeah. Thanos drove his own sword through his chest.
It would be an impact to see.
That's true. But we haven't seen Sif, and we don't actually even know if she's in the movie yet. And I haven't looked at the IMDb page, to tell you the truth. I don't do that. Like, I'll see the movie, You know, whatever.
It's bullshit enough as it is.
Yeah, I try to stay away from shit. Like, I'll watch the trailers, but I try to stay away from speculative stuff and this and that, because I want to be surprised. I was never a box shaker at Christmas either. I want the surprise. But yeah, that's my take on it. Tickets have not gone on sale yet. I will be getting opening day, like they started doing 3 p.m. shows now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was when I went to see Doctor Strange as well.
That's something.
Remember when it was like the Friday afternoon instead of the Friday night shows?
Yeah.
And then it became the Thursday midnight shows. Yeah. And then it was Thursday at 7. And now it's just like, we don't give a fuck. Here you go. Fucking Thursday at 3. Sometimes they did Wednesdays, but they kind of stopped doing that when the world went to hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. And you're right, like it's made colorful. The toys look good, minus Christian Bale's figure, which is upsetting, you know. But I mean, he's had figures of himself before, so fuck him.
Speaking of figure, first of all, Hemsworth got in crazy shape.
He's gigantic.
You saw the tattoo?
His arms are the size of my head. No, what tattoo?
When he gets...
Oh, the tattoo on his back, you mean?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like he had a real tattoo.
No.
I'm like, really? I didn't hear about this. Yeah, there's the Rest in Peace Loki on his back. I don't think we're going to see Loki, but I would love to see Loki.
No, I don't think we can see Loki.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. Busy.
He's kind of building a different branch of the MCU, so... Mm-hmm. But it's like, he got a tattoo of Loki, the helmet. Yeah.
And like some wings or something? Is that what it is? Or
I think it's the horns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen mad people like trying to like Photoshop it and make it clearer. I'm like, not seeing that. I thought the She-Hulk trailer looked fun.
It does. I'm looking forward to it.
I remember the She-Hulk comic in the 90s. I didn't really read the originals in the 80s, but I knew of her character. The trailer looks as fun as the 90s comics, which were basically... She was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool was even created. Mm-hmm. I remember looking at the first issue when she was like, all right, this is your second chance. If you don't buy the issue now, I'm coming to your house and ripping up all your X-Men.
Yes.
And they did that on Mad covers, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm expecting like that level of humor. Mm-hmm. And for those of you complaining about the CGI, and I was one of them, straight up, like, as soon as I'm watching, I'm like, is this a new game for the PlayStation 3? Like, what is this? And for the people out there who are like, but what are you complaining about the CGI for? Here's why. Because the minute you start accepting mediocrity, you are lowering the bar for yourself and the rest of us for them to give us subpar shit. Yeah. We have seen Marvel do amazing CGI work. Right? We have seen them give us a giant talking hippo with stellar, texture and detail, with the ears moving. I don't even know if we addressed this the last time, but the ears moving, the little or even, flippy things.
What's the name? The villain, Ahmed?
Yeah, the giant crocodile.
She was awesome. A freaking giant crocodile talking and walking and fighting. Okay.
Some kaiju shit. Seriously. I was not expecting Moon Knight to give me some Godzilla shit, but whatever.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Like, basically, I've seen the level of detail that Marvel can do with their CGI, and that's what I want. I don't think that's too much to ask.
No, I agree.
But I was confident that, yeah, they're probably going to update this. And as of today, as a matter of fact, we said it was comicbook.com?
Yes.
That they reported that they're still updating the CGI, and there's a new commercial or something out with an updated look.
Okay.
So I can only assume that over the next 2.5 to 3 months before the August premiere, that they're going to be fixing it up.
Yes.
And great. That's what I expected. I don't expect Marvel to hand me shit.
No.
At least not visually. You know, like,
me neither.
We haven't, let's face it, we haven't gotten an Iron Man 3 or a Thor Dark World in quite some time.
We don't talk about those.
No, we don't. That doesn't...
No.
It's not to be addressed. But nonetheless, like, I expect a lot from my MCU movies. And that's that.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yep. I am really looking forward to Jamila Jamil as Titania. That woman is gorgeous. Have you ever watched The Good Place?
No.
It's a fun show. I thought the ending was a bit weak, but it's on Netflix, and if you got some time, it's really funny. It's all about like the afterlife and everything. I will tell you this. If any of you have watched the show, I think you will agree with me. And if any of you haven't watched the show, just watch the first season. I think it's like 10 or 12 episodes or whatever, give or take. And it's all about like, dying, being in the afterlife, heaven, hell, and shit. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. So beautiful. She's tall too, so like I don't know how much CGI they're gonna need to like increase her height. But aside, and her character is really funny in the show. She's like this prim and proper like social media debutante,
Okay, yeah, she looks a little bougie there.
Yeah. And that's like her. That's her whole character is bougie to no end. But
you think we'll see Absorbing Man?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we kind of saw him in S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I would love for them to bring him back. I would love the same actor because he looked good.
Is S.H.I.E.L.D. canon?
As far as I know, I think it's just side canon. Like they don't mention it, but S.H.I.E.L.D. got to mention them.
Okay.
That is a sore point on the MCU for me, that they never found out Coulson was alive. I would love at some point for them to bring back Clark Gregg and just be like, Phil? Give me that, Marvel. Give me that. Just bring him back.
That'd be awesome.
I would like to see Chloe Bennett break into the MCU proper as well.
Yes.
But just to conclude a point, we lost out not having Ted Danson as the Joker. And
okay.
There's a scene at the very last episode, in the last few minutes, and if you've seen it, you know. That laugh, man, fuck.
No, it would have worked out.
His
height and stuff, it would have been a very good, imposing Joker.
Yep. Yeah, that was good. So, I mean, closing this point out, they're updating She-Hulk. They're redoing, fixing up, touching up the CGI, which is all we wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't really hear any other complaints about the show. That was it. It was just CGI looks piss poor, and it did. So, moving along.
Even though some idiots mentioned, oh look, they made a female Hulk.
Well, those people are morons.
Yeah. No, if you don't know about comic books,
shut up. Like, if you don't know that She-Hulk's been around since like the early 80s. I believe it was the early 80s. It might have even been the very late 70s. I don't know when She-Hulk 1 came out, but I want to say it was about 81. If only there were a way to find out. If only there was some device that could, like, I don't know, surf information. Like, I don't know, like, if information were collected. 1980, all right.
February 1980.
There we go. You interrupted my joke. I know I've made the joke before.
Just a bit.
The World Wide Web of information. Fuck you, then. And finally, there are some rumors going around, and it's looking like they're true, that they are... What's the word here? Updating? Alterdating? Can we combine them two words?
I want to say updating, because that means the last one was not up to par, and it needs to be updated. I think it would have been fine to do an Atlantis-based Namor if it wasn't for Aquaman.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
because they gave us Atlantis literally in the first movie.
Yeah,
they did a great job of it.
I enjoyed Aquaman.
You know, and it's just they gave us
at this point it would look like a ripoff.
Yes,
even though it's the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your comics, you know Namor appeared many years before Aquaman.
1939. Motion Picture Funnies Weekly.
Picture Funnies Weekly. What issue?
Number 1.
Number 1. Good luck finding that one. I've never even seen that.
According to this, it's uncirculated. And then Marvel Comics number 1, October 1939.
That's like the official one when they like got a hold of it. But yeah, that. And again, it literally went in one ear and out the other. Say it again.
Hold on.
Motion Picture Funnies Weekly.
Number 1.
Yeah. I have seen every first appearance physically at some point in my convention going career. I've seen Action 1. I've seen Detective 27. I've seen Marvel Comics 1. I've seen Cat 1. I've never seen that. And it wasn't until recently, past maybe 5 years, that I found out that was his first appearance and not Marvel Comics 1.
Wow.
Didn't know it.
So it's uber rare and he's about to appear in a comic.
Yeah. It wasn't until I really started like looking and shopping on the CGC boards that I found that out. And I said, nobody, I mean, I'm sure plenty of dudes got it there, but I've never seen it up for sale. I would love to just lay my eyes on it once, you know? Pretty cool. But apparently they are making him a Native American, or half Native American. He's like half Mayan or Aztec or some shit. One of them ancient, Native American peoples, and half of a underwater race.
Yes.
Like, so he is still a half breed. You know, like that was. Is that? Can I not say that? Like, we're talking about a fictional character.
I know.
How to say that
sounds funny. I'm alright with it.
I don't know. Am I gonna get letters from the fucking half-breed fictional character Association of America here? I don't know.
That'd be a funny comic.
Yo,
just a one shot. Just do it.
If somebody wants to write me a complaint letter from that, you get some free shit. I don't care. That's funny. The fictional character, the half-breed fictional character defamation League of America.
I need to see that.
I'll read the if it's funny, I'll read the shit verbatim on the show. I don't care, but I don't care. I don't mind. Because, like you said, we already got Atlantis with Aquaman. Mm-hmm. It would look like a blatant ripoff.
Yes.
And at no point has Marvel established the concept of Atlantis.
Yeah.
You know, so there would be a lot of necessary backstory and backpedaling to try to, kind of come to terms with this in the span of 10 to 15 minutes that you're going to give us his origin in Black Panther. It's not like it's a movie dedicated to him. It's, you have to explain this away in a few minutes.
That we know of.
But yeah. And he's still part of this underwater race, so that scene in Endgame where they talked about that underwater earthquake is still relevant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like, he's not like regulated to just the area off the Americas. He can go anywhere. He fucking swims on the water and shit.
In Black Panther, we saw in the end that he's working with his sister and cleaning up, fixing up the neighborhood in California.
Right.
Which, let's be real, was once Mexico. And it's close enough that maybe something they did affected his kingdom.
Wow, I didn't even think about the west coast of Mexico. Mexico to me, it's all just the East Coast, Gulf of Mexico, this and that, because it's like...
So a short trip from California to
Mexico.
if
you're on the west coast, whatever.
So it's like,
Y'all have to blame for that whole pineapple on pizza shit. I know it started in Canada, but I still blame California. What?
I'm fine with pineapple on pizza.
Are you really? Yeah. Since when did you get Mandela affected? When the fuck did this happen?
I have never been against it.
What?
It's not my first, second, or third choice, but it's okay.
I know fucking.
It's
just
okay.
when you think you know somebody. All right, I gotta come to terms with this, but go ahead to finish your thought.
So it was already kind of sort of built in. It's there, so they could just build up for it. The hiccup is that, he died. So they got to add that now to the second Black Panther movie instead of just going full swinging
full
ahead.
throttle, right? So now we gotta look to the future and see how they're gonna do Namor and everything else with Black Panther 2, and hopefully that's also when we get introduced to Dr.Doom, because it would make sense. Dr.Doom's always been kind of a thorn in Black Panther's side when it comes to like the vibranium and shit. He's always teamed up with Namor against the Fantastic Four. It would make sense for, like, I ain't saying like he's the background villain and they gotta fight him, but like, let's see him, let's be introduced to him. I think, because let's face it, Black Panther 2 is gonna make some serious bank no matter what. This is the time.
Just on curiosity alone,
right?
Let alone the fact that it will be a good movie.
This is when you're waiting for a major moment to introduce obviously what's going to be a major villain. Mm-hmm. This is when you do it.
I agree.
This is the time.
Because honestly, I didn't see anything in Moon Knight that points to Doom.
There was just like the little hints. There was the castle,
that village with the castle in the background,
and then it literally said V Doom on the side of the box, or Von D. I don't remember what it said exactly. That's been one of my gripes with the MCU is like stop stalling, stop waiting on these characters, whomever they are. Like we're waiting on Doom. We've been waiting on Nova since before the Infinity Saga concluded. Like stop stalling.
Because they're taking so long with Nova, I want Nova to come crazy powerful Nova. With the whole Nova Force inside of him, period.
Like, since the destruction of Xandar.
We never saw.
Which we never saw. That was apparently, I don't know if that was a deleted scene, if it actually got filmed or whatever,
that would be
if it never left storyboard.
Scene.
Admittedly.
So, doing it in Nova Origin movie would be perfect.
Acceptable. I would like to see it, and get on with it already is pretty much my
I would say they're almost doing it already with the introduction of Zemo. They admit that he's a Baron.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, they're talking about royalty and stuff, and he's an Earth-based, honestly, a supervillain.
Right.
Because what he did was super.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
but
so
what does that
you give us that crazy nut job, then you could introduce Doom. And Doom's on a much different level. So you're kind of easing into it. Because you can't just
Doom could be an Earth-based, villain, but he's also magic-based and tech-based.
Exactly. So you can't just...
He's Doctor Strange meets Iron Man.
That's why you had to do those first. Mm-hmm. To set the foundation for his great nuttiness. Because that is a lot to just throw at somebody like, boom, there's this Doom guy who's just a lot.
Right. Walks around in a whole-ass Iron Man suit and can also fucking hocus-pocus you like Doctor Strange.
So we got Doctor Strange doing his magic thing. We got Baron Zemo, massive strategist and a badass fighter. We have... Fantastic Four finally being shown to us in one way or the other. So, all right. Now you could introduce Doom. I would say. That's a great way to do it.
I'm all for Doom being introduced before we even get to Fantastic Four. I don't need Doom in the first Fantastic Four movie. We've gotten that already. And not to say Julian McMahon was not a good Victor Von Doom. Mm-hmm. He was not a good Dr. Doom. Let's have that crowbar separation there. Where I liked him as Victor, but then like he didn't speak of himself in third person, and that was a problem for me. Yes, it's going to sound silly, but that's Doom.
That's part of his psychosis.
Yeah, Doom is Doom.
Yeah,
and Doom will speak of Doom as Doom wishes.
Namor's a bit of a egotist.
Namor, yeah, that's why they always got along in the first place. So, like, I need Namor to also be an egomaniac. I'm looking forward to that.
He could play an egomaniac.
I could see it. I'm unfamiliar with the actor.
Narcos.
Yeah, I haven't watched that, man. I'll get to it eventually. But that's about it. Everybody, let us know what you think of the new Namor origin. Let us know what you think of She-Hulk, if you're hopeful with the CGI or not. And let us know what you're thinking about Thor. Hit us up. Questions at Pete'sBasement.com, Facebook.com/Pete'sBasement, Instagram, Twitter, etc. at Pete's Basement. If you want to get yourself an awesome, colorful Pete's Basement t-shirt or a tank top, head over to represent.com/store/Pete's Basement. We got all sorts of awesome summer colors. The heat of the summer is rapidly approaching, so grab yourself a t-shirt or a tank top and send us a picture of you rocking it, and we will put it in a show. I am going to have a slideshow very soon of everybody that has sent me pictures so far, because many people have, and I obviously we were on hiatus for several months, so I didn't really get to do much, but that is coming very, very soon.
Nice.
Sometime over the summer, I plan to have that. So if anybody wants to be included in that slideshow, not sideshow, those statues are too expensive. If anybody wants to be included in that slideshow, get yourself a Pete's Basement shirt and send us a picture over at questions@petesbasement.com, and I will include it in there. Because let's face it, editing is a slow process anyway. And that's about it. And of course, thank you to everybody who is still contributing on Patreon. We love you guys. You're awesome. You're fantastic. And until next time, salud. Pete's Basement is copyrighted 2022. Ripped Productions. All rights reserved. So go fuck yourself. Okay, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Alright. I've seen memes that said it, like Bruce Banner, he turns into the Hulk, his whole shirt rips off, everything, She-Hulk, her shoes break. That's not fair.
No,
That's not fair.
It's not.
I'll look at some CGI green titties. I'm cool with that.